Indeed. So, grand final best of 5. We're here for the map picks and bans, ladies and gentlemen. We have Happy banning out Terran Stand. There you go.
Yeah, that is the most normal ban if you are not concerned with Twisted. In fact, Foggy is concerned with Twisted. We kind of highlighted that a little bit earlier. Can be a real nightmare early game for Night Elf. Can turn into a nightmare late game for Undead and Night Elf, kind of at the same time. But Foggy wants to get off to a good start, wants to find a decent way into the mid game. Probably with some expansions involved.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to Foggy switching up his style here throughout the maps to see what he has, like, he can come up with to challenge Happy. It's his time to pick a map, then it's Happy with 2 picks, and then it's Foggy with 1 pick again, and that leaves us with 1 map that will be our starting one. Just waiting for Foggy. He takes some time here to get this on the road. Giving us some time to plug the 4th edition of the Ryzing Star Cup. Next Saturday, once again at 5 p.m. CET. You can sign up here at backtowarcraft.com/RysingStar. Once again, $150 on the line, and we want to see more than 150 players once again. The last cast of the year, of the decade, Remo.
Oh, yeah.
I guess there's gonna be some throwback stories.
Dude, you know what?
You know what?
Of course, going to continue casting in January, in the new decade. That means we'll have been casting across 3 decades.
Oh, wow. That's
kind
true.
of like Daniel Craig is James Bond, who was James Bond across 3 decades.
Dude, that makes us sound even older than we already are.
It's also pretty cool, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the only year where I haven't been casting in the 2010s was 2013, and I'm not even too sure about that.
I definitely was not. And I also wasn't there in 2012, I think.
I think I was wasn't the last WC3 in 2012? I definitely did some Zotac Cups.
Oh, maybe it was 2012 still? I'm not entirely sure. But yeah.
So. Okay. Terranas out for Happy, Twisted out for Foggy, Northern Isles and Last Refuge for the Undead, Amazonia and Echo Isles for Foggy, where we could maybe expect a Warden. And the starting map is CH. What's the... Are you in the game? No. Do we have a game name?
Yes. 1 second.
Okay.
There we go. We certainly don't want to miss this one. Happy versus Foggy. Now, I said earlier that Foggy is certainly capable of beating Happy, and he has shown that before. But let's get a full picture of this. Let's take actually into account the matches between them on War 3 info, and of course it heavily favors Happy, as it pretty much always does. In series, it is 7-48. Wow.
Wow.
I didn't think it was that many. So they've played 55 series against each other. That's actually a ton.
Yeah, they met each other in plenty of cups, as both are very active in the scene, obviously. So we're ready for the grand final. Foggy ready, Happy ready. We're just waiting for the go of the admin, and we have a €20 donation by Carlos from Russia with love. Thank you very much, my man, or lady, or yeah, just thank you. Carlos, a very unique name for Russia. We appreciate that a lot. So countdown ticks down, and map number 1 is CH.
These are definitely the 2 strongest and most successful European players over the last couple of years. Foggy has been struggling a little bit more lately, but Happy, back-to-back WGL finalist, back-to-back-to-back Ryzing Star Cup finalist. Won the first 2 versions, the first 2 editions, and now has a chance to win the 3rd one in a row with dropping only a single map, which sounds completely insane.
Yeah. But that's how Happy is. Completely insane when it comes to his Warcraft skills, of course. Foggy is the first non-Russian, the first non-human. And in what shape is he in? And how jet-lagged is Happy still, maybe, coming from Shanghai just yesterday? So far, we didn't see many flaws, but 2 hero losses against Hitman. Does that usually happen? We're not too sure. It's, of course, a grand final for $150. 100 for the winner, 50 for the runner-up.
We talked briefly about the series between these two, the history between these two earlier. So Happy has almost a 90% win rate historically against Foggy. That is certainly looking daunting from the Ukrainian side, but Foggy has certainly made it very close numerous times. So he can certainly have a chance here to once again be victorious. For example, MTW Legendary Cup in the first qualifier, it was a win for Happy in a best of 5, but only a 3-2. So very close affair there. But as far as the last actual win goes for Foggy, that was 2017 in October in Jera Cup 127.
That is so sick. I wonder if he switches it up, because in the past series I've seen between them, Foggy always goes for the Lich kill. And like, we calculated one occurrence of this. He threw 12,800 damage towards Happy's Lich and wasn't able to kill him once. That was the sickest thing I've seen in forever. Maybe that's not the way to go. Maybe it's just take up the units, use the damage to kill more, instead of like all-inning on that Lich.
Yeah, always a dangerous, or always an interesting, at the very least, decision to go for. If you kill the Lich, that's like the best target to kill outside of the DK. It is oftentimes a game winner. But at the same time, it's like the hardest of all targets to kill. Even the DK is easier to kill, unless there's a Crit Lord third or something like that, but that of course never happens. Look at this play by Foggy. Level 1 Keeper running into the Undead base, looking as if Sonic was playing over here.
Yeah, definitely something new, and I absolutely like this. Not letting Happy unfold, not giving him the speed aura to let him micro easier, but the Keeper has no staff, has to free his way out with the force of nature. He's a little stuck back there. Oh, Happy with the ghoul block, almost. Okay, a little bit more experience for Happy due to the Treants. It's 20 XP each. That's level 2. If the tower doesn't get the last hit.
Quite the risk already, though, by Foggy. Like, he almost was forced into TP, and that TP does matter. And now he's finds himself with a level deficit, which he has to expect. Huntress is coming.
Yeah. Is that...
Hunt's Expo. Oh my god. Is it his old Huntress Hippo style?
Oh, wow. When I saw the Hunt, I didn't see the Expo immediately, so I thought, okay, he's just copycatting Moon again, who AP pushed 1-0 on this map once, or like twice, was victorious once, failed once. But no. Huntress into Expo. DK with the staff, interestingly. Scouts this expansion. Nighttime? Not sure.
You can't cancel it though, as long as there's wisps around. Which I hope Foggy keeps in mind. And yeah, there is one wisp close to the Expo. So there we go. And this is the big downside of this Happy opening. The patented Happy opening, which looks like a Tet Fiend opening, but it's actually 4 ghouls with later Fiends. It is extremely low early power level. It scales very well into the late game because it's very strong the longer the game goes. But as far as early aggression is concerned, it is very, very limited. So I like Foggy's play here. He says, okay, I realize your build, its strengths, its weaknesses, and what you are is weak early game. So I can try to exploit that with this fast expansion.
Yeah, he has a faster, a later attack with that Hunt build, of course. Happy's still trying to find an angle to attack this tree, but it's just not happening. He has a more solid early game with that, for sure. But what's Happy doing? Like, 1 skeleton and DK. He's not gonna get a kill.
Yeah, definitely won't get the cancel. There's honestly not too much Happy can do. What Happy could do is spread out across the map and go for creeping and try to get level 3. But he's gonna be creeping much slower than the Keeper with his units. So I guess he's trying to force Foggy back. Don't tell me this is a kill. Foggy, where are the wisps? Foggy.
He sent the wisp back, one of them. This can be sniped, and he snipes it. Coil should be on cooldown, sends 2 more wisps in. One gets sniped again. Oh, Happy's playing this again so perfectly. While Foggy is just creeping up to level 3. Oh, wow! Ooh. Saves the wisp again into a building. Here comes the detonate against the 3 skeletons, and that should be the save.
But who else can make this so dangerous with only 4 skeletons?
Yes. No one. No.
There was one big detonator hit there, which gave the keeper level 3, which is a really nice level up to hit. Makes him a lot stronger now. Lich is ready, creeping up a little bit with the ghouls. 4 ghouls only. That is the happy build. 4 ghouls into fiends. But I feel like Foggy has a pretty good build figured out for himself against this. Now, of course, that doesn't mean he's in a grand position in the late game, but it's looking pretty decent at least.
So far, absolutely. He is not going air, by the way. It's Dryads. And no tier 3 tech. Very fast attack upgrade for the Dryads. And what can Happy do with this? Lich is underleveled, DK is underleveled. Frees up his own expansion. Only a statue coming, has to wait for the tier 3 to send out another Acolyte. And this expo is safe. Nature's Blessing is kind of missing. But then, looks good.
Yeah, I like the way Foggy's playing this now. Finally has his expansion up, which is his win condition. It's creeping up a little bit more. Level 3 Alchemist is a big level up. How easily can he get that is the question. Oh, I was just looking for it myself at the same time as Foggy, looking for the Ancient of War. And Foggy uproots it at that point and realizes, damn, I didn't move it over to the next creep camp, but instead sends it to the expansion. Okay, so not greedily trying to creep with it, but rather setting it up defensively. Because it's very, very, very likely that Happy will try to all-in this expansion.
Happy is getting ready for that push. But without a level 3 Lich, without an Orb... Okay, Orb is ready now. No Rod of Necromancy anymore, as there is Dryads now. He's moving the Ancient of War, as he said, to the expansion. That means he has to tank a little with his units here. But also this is unpunished. Very passive play by Happy after the initial harass. Thank you, Gold Easel, for the 22-month resub. He'll scroll early, and that's level 3.
Yeah, really big level up. Very, very important. So Happy, he's moving north now, has level 3 DK. That's very important. Lich only level 2. But the numbers as well for Happy, not the greatest. 41 supply, not too high. Goes in the shop and
he's going straight to the expo. Quite surprised. Takes down the shop. Means no staff, no potions for Foggy. Town portal in, and again he's going for the Lich. Is it working this time? Yeah, the coil arrives too late. Rare mistake by Happy, and now no Orb, no Nova.
Can Happy do it even without a second hero? Normally this should be impossible, but let's see. This is Happy after all. He decides to TP out, not losing too many more of his units. Gets one more Dryad on the way back. But yeah, that hero kill, Happy was not expecting it, and, well, came as a surprise to us all.
That Lich popped quite fast. Again, a hero kill against Happy, just in the semifinal against Hitman. Okay, red spot for the undead now. Nice way to recover, but that gives Foggy the red spot. He lost a couple of units, but he's breaking upkeep already. 600 gold still. A couple of... Like, he has lumber issues. It's a little imbalanced resources.
Foggy going 2-0 on the Dryads, by the way. No armor upgrade, which I always think is not the right call, especially against undead. Pretty sure he's gonna get the armor as well once he has some more resources. Also, Foggy is lacking a moonbell for a little bit, but it's coming in, so the macro's looking okay. Rune braces for the Alchemist as well. Double tank items for him with the ring and the bracers, and now level 4.
Oh, he might be trapped here though. No TP. Happy saw this Dryad movement, didn't he? He doesn't want to fight against the fountain. But this is a very uncomfortable situation. Now he realizes this. This could be the game right here. Tinker.
Foggy could just run south and just buy more time. One Dryad's gonna die, okay, but that's probably it. Perhaps the Archer as well. Yeah, and he can look for reinforcements. This is the smarter play.
That was a little scary.
But another Dryad gets caught there. Foggy once again not having his eyes properly across the map. Of course, again, this is easy to complain about, not easy to do, to perfectly look everywhere all the time. But Foggy needs the critical amount of Dryads. He has the worst Dryad, he has the worst units, so he needs the higher quantity.
He has a 13 supply lead, no items. Okay, now we got Invo Potions. This is coming in for the Detonate. Engine of War is helping with Nature's Blessing. Sweet Nova, taking out 2 pretty much immediately. But Foggy is fine with not engaging fully to this. Oh, the statue out of position.
Yeah, for once by Happy. Normally that never happens. Happy is showing a few mistakes here in his play. Sees the Destroyer using the Dispel, so it's on cooldown, so he goes for the next Entangle. It's another Fiend kill. Foggy is playing a really good game right here.
Getting a lot of kills. How much mana is left? Okay, 2 more. He's going for the Tinker now. That one, of course, can't be called, but therefore there's an Invo Potion. Foggy switches up the target, goes for the Decay. Hunters are falling, but that's okay. Only 3 Fiends remaining. Another kill for the Ukrainian. 62 supply. And another nuke on that Tinker. Has to move him back, but there's an Entangle. That was the last coil. Second last coil. How many Dryads are falling in the meantime?
These Dryads, though, in trouble. Tinker as well. Tinker does fall, but he was only level 1. I keep on thinking back to these armor upgrades on the Dryads. Wouldn't they have been perhaps better? But more and more Fiends are falling as well. Happy down to only a single Fiend here in a moment.
And there's no counter.
Foggy, it's overwhelming him. 1-0 for Foggy.
That was just a build that worked.
Yeah.
Perfectly. You mentioned this so many times in Happy games against Night Elf. Maybe there's the time, maybe there's the timing. Couldn't you exploit the early game more? Yes, you can. Just like this.
Yeah, that must be the way to go. Happy is very set in his ways, will always play a certain way if he has found his opening. And yeah, as we pointed out in that game, it is a very weak early game build. You have no power really on the map, so why not fast expand? One Archer expansion might even be doable. I think there was one Archer, one Huntress expansion. And it was close to being killed, but the DK and Skeletons alone normally can be dealt with. And Foggy did, and gets the lead.
And yeah, he's the second player taking a map of Happy in the grand final. Game number 2 is up. Happy finds himself in a interesting position that he's not oftentimes in. Being down a map.
And this is going to be really interesting now to see how Happy reacts. Foggy has obviously found out the weakness of the build, which is weakness to fast expansion. So is Happy now going to play a different build from his build, or is he going to stubbornly stick with his build and is going to be convinced that he can just outplay Foggy in a slightly different game now?
Yeah. That's the question. That's an interesting question. Knowing Happy as a player he is, I would think he's just playing the same stuff and adjusts maybe a little.
Yeah, I think so too. Happy probably thinks, okay, my Lich died.
Yes.
That was the mistake.
Yes.
So I just have to fix that and then I can win the game with my normal play.
I definitely think so too. We're waiting for Foggy at the moment. There he is. Thank you, Human Wreck, for the 20-month resub. Usually, all good things come in threes, but if Foggy continues to play like this...
Yeah, so... no 1 map loss to 3 victories. Not even Happy can do that. And that's good to see. I was slightly worried, to be honest with you, going into the grand final, that Foggy once again was going to run up against the wall and Happy was perhaps going to dismantle him. But no, Foggy has thought about this smartly and has found a good build against it, a great build against it, which has always been one of Foggy's biggest strengths, to find the best build.
All right. Happy's first pick, Northern Isles. That is map number 2. The Russian, the reigning champion, the back-to-back champion, down a map. But we've seen and heard this quite some time in the Cups, that Happy takes some time to get used to his opponent, that the first games of his series are oftentimes really close, also against players where he is 100% the favorite, and where he wins 95 out of 100 maps, I guess. Can he allow this late of a starter to a series against a Foggy like this? The winner of map 1, starting in the bottom left. Will it be Keeper again? Happy on the other side, upper right.
Yeah, Foggy, unlike he did against Insup earlier, not going for the big camp at the Tuskars, but rather for the small one. And that's probably because he knows he's facing Happy. He's expecting Happy to go for the special Happy build with a fast altar with instant aggression. On map 1, of course, we saw no aggression first, but rather creeping. But that might be because Concealed is really, really beneficial to go creeping on early. This could very well be a level 1 DK aggro play. And so Foggy is playing safe against that. But this is gonna become a little bit problematic for him later on, because you can't creep level 3 as easily with this opening as you can with the other one. But again, it's safe. So yeah, Foggy is playing it safe now.
And I mean, it's very good to mix it up. On game 1, he was super aggressive with the Keeper. He stormed into Happy's base. That was a little problematic. Could have lost the TP right there. Didn't. So, playing a different, challenging Happy differently is the way to go. Because if you just play standard at the same time, he's gonna figure you out.
Yeah, so the DK in fact did not go for the early aggression, but rather for a bit of creeping there himself. Double green will equate to the level 2. That goes for both heroes. I love this. Foggy again. 1 Archer Expo.
Yeah.
Oh, how good does this feel? Oh, I've been talking about this for so long. Only thing he needs to do now is bring 3 wisps next to the tree. And then he's my perfect boyfriend.
Alright, we'll see if that happens. Happy seems to have the right idea, going across the map, trying to steal something with coils. First Tuska goes to Foggy. That's close to level 2. But it's all about the Ogre Magi. Happy arrives in time. How can he play against this? With not with Entangle. That's not unlocked yet. But good right clicks already. Happy down to 50% without level 2.
And that skeleton gives the level 2 to the Keeper. So with the Entangle now becoming available, this is a little bit more problematic. But also level 2 achieved for the DK across the map at the green camp. But yeah, with this low HP, not too much Happy can do over here. Yeah, the creeping of the expansion is delayed, but it doesn't matter that much. The tree isn't coming up there, the tree is coming up elsewhere. The tree is still finding progress.
Yeah. And did Happy find the tree? I mean, he has a very good idea with Foggy moving the way he did. Now he will confirm it. So, Remo, where are the wisps?
The town is under siege.
Unfortunately, pretty far away. But in this case, it doesn't matter because Happy doesn't have any more skeletons. Now, there's one left over here, but that one is low HP already. Could easily be shot down. Oh, Foggy even boldly creeping the next green camp, not even concerned with protecting his expansion. Foggy is even looking quite confident here in this match, which is something that I can't say I've seen in a while against Happy.
I agree. That was a big boost to his motivation. Winning map number 1. We have 4 ghouls, by the way, again for Happy, transitioning now into Fiends. That steal goes towards the Russian. And no entangle, so he's pretty free to move however he wants.
Happy doesn't have many skeletons or health anymore, but he's got really good mana still. So that means he's going to have plenty of coils to work with in what is starting to transition into the mid-game here. But Foggy is like, okay, I got my 1 Archer Tree of Life expansion up. That wasn't delayed. The creep down here was a little bit delayed, that's true. But what does it matter at the end? I'm still going to get level 3 right here. This creep route, despite the steal, is working out really nice. And he's going to have a replenishment to make use of as well. And boom, that's the level 3. And here is always the interesting question. Does the Knight want to play aggressively and look for kills with Entangle, which can be a big benefit, but if you do that, it also means your second hero won't be creeping. So what is the better choice here? It's not an easy one.
I think creep up the Alchemist and take experience off the map is the right thing to do. If you own both spots in the middle, Happy's gonna have a hard time to creep up his levels, and we saw how fast you can kill a level 1 Lich despite a level 3 DK. Potion of Greater Healing here, that's exactly what Foggy is doing. Ankh of Reincarnation, never bad against Happy.
Ankh is like one of those in-between items. It's nice to protect your heroes, but it's not that good, and it's a lot of gold.
Yeah, like if you play perfect, the item doesn't do anything for you, but it can also swing games around if you have it. Maybe if there's something cool in the marketplace, you can just exchange it.
He's keeping it for now. Shop once again coming up by Foggy next to the expansion between the two bases, kind of like in game 1. That one was killed earlier, but number 2 on map 2 seems to be coming up. This is 2 games in a row looking really good for Foggy, man.
So far, yes, it does. But he's going Dryads again. Entrance of Laws coming. No one is really eager to go for the shop just yet, but Happy has a good scout. And a good idea was what's going on. And Tangled Goldmine is finished. And again...
This might be like when it was the show match Happy versus Lawliot. It might be that Happy is just simply playing the wrong build. But it's far from over. Let's see where this goes here. Happy is still taking a while to come online. Tier 3 is about to finish, and then a lot of things change. But Foggy gets the Sobi, gets the level 2 for the Arc. That's really nice.
That's really good,
but he wants to get level 3. Can he get level 3 before the first big fight is the question.
He has to move a little further out of the map to get that. That might open a situation up for Happy, but I like that Foggy has the Engine of War. Once again, close to the tree. And
I didn't realize this before. That's the cool thing about this opening. If you don't go for the Tuskar camp early, you have a little bit tougher of a time reaching level 3, but you can keep it later for safe creeping for your second hero. That's pretty cool.
And with that, it's an easy level 3 for the Alchemist. Scroll of the Beast. Hunters are coming in to soak up a little more damage. Happy. Is he ready? 40 supply only. He's certainly making a move across the map, completely out of resources. Is he going for Gloves of Haste, even? There was a claw in.
And the Ancient of War, once again, in a great position. Foggy should easily be able to just hold here with repair for at least a minute. This should be 2 more rounds of Dryads.
So this is no TP as well. Reinforced defenses make such a big difference as well. 5 armor points more.
Yeah. Dude, Foggy is playing this so smart. He knew exactly what was coming this game.
Yeah. So he knew it, but can he defend it? And can he take this home for 2-0 against Happy? Destroyer is out. Treant's therefore almost useless, at least for a while. But you're absolutely right. A little repair. Oh, nice juggling with the Wisps to not get them killed.
And Foggy can afford to lose the Ancient of War. This one isn't important. He's buying more and more time for more and more rides. 63 supply now.
That seems to be the sweet spot. That's exactly the supply number he had before. Damage kind of wasted on the hunts. It's not really important. They're just there to die. And he's going for the Lich again. It can't work, right? It can't work twice in a series.
Heal pot transferred as well. This Lich has really good DPS, but the rest of the army isn't too big anymore. Call coming in again. DK, dangerous position. Has to be given the heal pot. The Destroyer Dispel was on cooldown. The Keeper also in trouble, but the Staff is ready.
And there's an Invo Potion and a Heal Scroll on this Alchemist, as well as the Ankh. Don't forget about that. There's, of course, a lack of Entangle. Fiend damage by Happy is good, but the question is for how much longer. This time the calls are in time, and Happy gets the kills.
Oh, but these Dryads now find themselves pretty exposed. Where's the Keeper without the big brother? Not so easy to find these kills anymore. There was quite a few Dryads dying over there. Down to 57 supply.
Invo.
Alchemist. Was that a misclick on the Invo pot? Perhaps it
so.
was.
Uh-oh, it's Foggy starting to make mistakes. Still a 10 supply lead for the Ukrainian.
Big mana potion from Happy at the shop. This has been done quite a few times by him before. 400 gold, but absolutely worth it if it keeps your army alive.
0-0 upgrades on Happy side. 1-0 for the Dryads once again, rather early. Not much HP left on this Alchemist. Had to go for a potion thanks to the shop. Aiming for the Lich once again.
Again, Foggy doesn't have to push into this yet. This Ancient of War is still buying time. He could even let the Dree drop a little bit low HP if he wants to.
The Tree of Life, you mean? Waiting for the next entangle, but the big mana potion was popped already. And he's not going for the Lich this time, he's going for the units. And that gives him the kill.
Here's Scroll there coming in from Foggy as well. The next Fiend dying also. This Acid Bomb hit really big. DK hitting level 4, that was a good level up as well. Entangle this time being dispelled, and the Dryads now in the middle of everything, taking a ton of damage. Dryads only 1-0 upgraded so far. Not many more seem to be in the works. And it starts to be falling apart here, possibly. More and more Dryads are falling. So are the Fiends. I guess more Dryads are coming in from the main. The reinforcements have to do it here for Foggy.
Absolutely.
It's 2 Dryads at a time versus 1 Fiend at a time.
But Happy is losing his fighting power. He has 2 destroyers who don't do anything against Dryads, and Dryads are the only reinforcements. And of course the big strength of the undead, the heroes. Another archer will fall. Foggy is down to 54, but it's still the 10 supply lead. And it's another Fiend about to fall.
Is he really too greedy for the entangle? I guess so. Okay.
Is it Tinker third again? Yes, it is. Time to kill the Tree of Life. Does he have enough power?
I love that Foggy went for the eating of trees on the Ancient of War for a bit more healing. Unfortunately, he couldn't root anymore. That would have bought more time. But okay, Ancient of War finally taken out. Now, the Tree of Life under attack.
Lich has 1 Nova. DK has kind of 2 coils. He needs to repair at one point. Will this bait the Nova? Ooh, bringing in the Wisp for the detonate rather than the repair. Entangle on the Tinker, wants to get rid of it, but what a quick dispel this was.
Unfortunately, he kind of dispelled it himself with the Wisp, but Tinker's still in trouble. Entangle coming in, and Tinker is dead. 1 Pocket Factory, only thing he did so far. Oh, but the Dryads again. The Dryads are dying so fast when they're in the middle of these Fiends.
Alchemist,
Also has to be careful.
What a slobber knocker. Everything is dying. Keeper has to be out of this game here. Goes for the Ankh, but that exposes the Alchemist quite a bit. And he's just running into the melting pot. Oh, why? Why? Ah, because there's the staff. That's why, but there's Nova, but also the Ankh. Can he somehow kill this Lich? I don't think so. Another coil. Last one. Tree still standing. Keeper back. No coils anymore.
They're both fighting with the last few bolts and screws they have, man. It's just such a scrappy fight. But again,
God.
Foggy has the better reinforcements. More Dryads coming in from the main. But now, Ankh is gone. Invul is long gone. Only heal pots now to rely on, and the staff.
Happy retreats. And Foggy holds this expo once again. For once, it's not Happy that is being chased across, or pushing Foggy across the map. But is this a little too ambitious now for the Night Elf?
Yeah, this does look like a bit of an overextension, trying to go for the Lich, but instantly with the Dispel. DK has so much mana. Foggy.
I don't
What?
like this. I don't like this for the Night
Foggy.
Elf. Happy is just saving his Lich. It's AZ all over again, or is it? Last second coil once more. The statue's providing so much. And he can't get kills anymore. He can't get the kills anymore, and Foggy taps out. 1-1. It didn't work.
That looked like a serious overextension.
Yeah.
But maybe it wasn't. The issue with Dryads is always, the later the game goes, the worse they become. The better the enemy heroes are, the worse in comparison Dryads always become. So maybe if Happy just falls back, creeps up more, gets to 50, maybe expands. We have seen games where a 25 supply Dryad lead doesn't work because heroes just became too strong. So maybe Foggy had to push for the win right there. But I mean, shouldn't you at least wait for 4 more Dryads? Like, that doesn't take long.
Yeah, I think so too. pushing right after this. I mean, if he waits longer, yes, Happy has better heroes and of course more mana. But was that really the right call? I don't know. There's not much to creep for him. In the late game, it felt like Foggy was a lot more shaky than in the early stages, where he moved across the map so aggressively and so confident.
And couldn't he have perhaps transitioned? Like, once he pushed Happy back from the expansion, you keep on making Dryads, yes, you need to get up to like 65, maybe even 70. But couldn't you tech behind that? Go for MGs most likely? Bears probably won't be good enough if you have them only in low numbers.
I don't know if you have the resources, because if you have 2 Dryads less, do you still get the Fiend kills? Can you still hold this expansion? Is this all still working in a way it did for a long time?
Yeah.
I don't... teching takes so long as well.
Yeah, even with Foggy pushing Happy back there, it wasn't that easy of a situation. Like, it's easy to say, oh, look at this. He's losing all his Dryads. Doesn't find the kill. But Dryads have a serious expiration date.
Yeah.
It's not like mass fairies. If you overwhelm them with mass fairies, they can win the game, kind of by themselves. But Dryads, they just get slaughtered. Like, 3 strong heroes plus 2 statues can take on like 10 Dryads by themselves.
Also, this was a game where there was pretty much no mistake by Happy. No overextension, not moving the hero too close to a Keeper of the Grove, not losing statues for nothing. And if there's no flaw in Happy's game, there is pretty much 2 players in the world who can still compete, and that's Lin and TH. It's a Keeper for the 3rd time.
We have a 1-1. Thank you very much, Rex Roth, for the sub. But why Keeper? I mean, obviously very good early game with, Entangle and Treants and all that. But you know what Happy's gonna play. He's gonna play the same thing every time. And against that build, you can even play 1 Archer Expo, or maybe 2 Archer Expo, with a Demon Hunter. And he would be much, much, much better in the late game.
I also kind of feel even a Warden might be better against Happy. On TS and Echo at least.
It's really hard to play well, though.
Yeah, but Foggy can. Foggy's one of the best Warden players.
He is, but so far I've only seen a single Night Elf in the world being able to beat Happy in a straight-up game with a Warden. That was Lolias.
Again, safe camp. Will he be aggressive early into the undead main? We'll see. Thank you, Max Kmunzen, for the 8-month resub. Less than 3. Keep it up. Thank you. We will.
Acolyte Scout here, looking for the fast expansion.
It's going to see it in the bottom left.
And there we go. 1 Archer Expo. This has to be the way to play against Happy. I still think Keeper is not the right hero, but Foggy certainly has more practice with that. Maybe he felt Demon has too many downsides.
But does Happy know this? He was at the mercenary camp, expecting something there. There was nothing. He's moving to the bottom left-hand side where it's normal to build a tree, kind of. But there's nothing as well because Happy got double tricked and there's the tree now. Next to the merc camp. So he doesn't know.
The Acolyte over now. But the thing is, even if he sees it instantly, he can't do anything about it. If Foggy plays properly against it, this can't be dealt with. Unless Happy brings the ghouls. But if he brings the ghouls, that's going to throw him back heavily in lumber. And if that doesn't work, the game is pretty much over.
Yeah. We have skeletons in the main, protected by Treants are the wisps. Acolyte falls, that's the first blood. DK reaching around with his level 3. There's a corpse. There's 1 set of skeletons. No wisp nearby. Oh, and he pulls the creeps as well.
Oh, does that work? I didn't know that worked. Wait, does it?
Foggy counter aggroed with an archer. Now the keeper is here. DK being purged.
The late wisps again, by the way, a big problem.
But he holds.
Happy can pull the creeps again with a coil if he wants. Oh, the aggro's still there. Still stressful.
Oh, skeleton also Now Wisps come in. Soon Foggy can repair this. Bashes come in and Tangle right clicks.
Yeah, okay, freeze finishing and then repair should save it.
Yeah.
Alright. That was pretty scary though.
And this delays the expansion by a lot as well.
A player's forces
Has to
are
eat,
under
has to
attack.
repair. He's
Alright, that's the big benefit of Echo. You can pull out the creeps with a coil and then put a lot of pressure on this tree. Oh, the tree just right-click the creeps. Uh-oh. A little bit aggroed again. Oh, Foggy had 3 archers just chilling in the main, by the way. A little slip there by him. Hunter's Soul also slightly late, but
Yeah,
should be
after-
working out okay with the Alchemist, I guess.
after an almost flawless first game, feels like he mixes in a couple
A
of
player's
mistakes
forces
here
are
and
under
there.
attack.
And Tree will take quite some time to move over. Tech is almost finished. You can make up for the late Hunter Soul with an early Alchemist again. But Happy knows all of this, knows that there's a delay in the expansion, and goes for the Ogre.
Happy pulls out all 4 ghouls to be able to creep this at a decent pace, and so goes for a Necro to have supply coming in that way. But still, the lumber form is going to be really low.
Player's forces are under
Should
attack.
still be working out with the destroyer form, though, I guess.
He has the tech already, has Lich coming for him. Should all be good.
This was a lot of damage, though, that Happy took. DK is super hurt. An Entangle, Acid Bomb could easily trigger the Invul or the TP. Also, mana was required to creep this camp. So-
Ladies and gentlemen, sorry to interrupt your analysis here, but we have a new sub by Master for 4 months. Jerry Christmas et al. Ihr Banausen and Reinsteckefuchs, one of our favorite nicknames. 50 euros coming our way. Merry Christmas and all the best for 2020 from Germany. Much love for you, for your nickname and your support.
Damn, dude. 50 bucks. Thank you very, very, very much.
White Christmas for Remo with that.
How much lumber is Dryad armor upgrade, by the way? Is that why nobody's ever getting it? I don't know off the top of my head how much that is. Chat, can you help me out?
The first one should be rather cheap, as always.
Because Dryads are cheap in gold, but heavy in lumber. So lumber is always kind of an issue. 150 wood? Are you guys serious? No way. Is that true?
Are under attack.
Especially
Yes.
on Echo Isles, then hard to do.
No,
hard to-
they're just trolling me. They're trolling me. 150 would be insane for the first armor upgrade. Like, the value of going from 0 armor to 2 armor is insane. It is so much damage reduction. I think that's a big mistake by Foggy, not getting the armor upgrades.
Yeah. Like, in game 1, he even had 2 attack upgrades over the first defense upgrade.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alchemist
agree.
once again leveling nicely, finds himself quickly at level 3 once again. That's good. Wait, did the keeper lose the TP? Ah no, he gave it over. Okay. So, Happy, it's time to all in soon. Or is he perhaps thinking of a counter expansion? That would be a very unlike Happy play. Oh my god, that Lich!
Okay. Yep. Plus 29.
You know what would be pretty good against that? Armor points.
That's correct. Alchemist sees this now. It's like, oh no, man, this is not gonna be good. Tries to go for the DK to trigger a TP, but Happy should be able to get out of there. Actually, not chemical range, puts in some right clicks, but Invo Potion is there to save him. Nova on the Berserker, that's a good target. Kicks it immediately.
So, was it only 1 archer and 1 berserker dying though? That wasn't too bad. Also Lich level 3 though.
Yeah.
3 more damage.
Engine of War is not here for the defense. That bought Foggy so much time.
Oh,
In the past
did you
couple
forget
of
about
games.
that?
And again, it's the Tinker. This time, no invul on the DK. So if he can focus him again, there must be destroyer upgrade though. He's going for upgrades, for the defense upgrades, but I guess it's not enough. Pocket Factory, Strong Lich. Ghoul's getting wrecked rather easy. But what to attack for Foggy? Ghouls first, I like that.
The ghouls are easily taken out. The fiends, not so much. Destroyer comes in. It's not so much firepower anymore, though, as it seems. Pocket Factory taken out. Ancient of Wars finally here. That one being late really hurt.
Even forced into a Mauler who doesn't have that much damage and against destroyers, and this Lich is not holding on for so long. Alchemist should have a lot of acid bombs, but the Keeper is completely dry.
Yeah. Same for the DK though. First hero's completely out of mana. Lich also mostly. So now it's down to the units and right clicks and kiting. Archers easy kills again for this Lich.
Just one shots the two shots archers, kind of. Tinker has also no mana for another Pocket Factory. Alchemist gotta be careful. Runs in with Chemical Rage, but only for so long. 7 seconds. He needs to get kills here now. Heal Scroll used as well. All the consumables gone.
This Lich and the Fiends though finding so many Dryad kills.
Yeah, and again, the super fast leveling. Thanks to these Dryad kills.
Level 4 DK for the level 2 aura now once again really good for the heal and the move speed. Tinker died, but he threw out at least one, maybe even two Pocket Factories. Like, that's okay, he did his job.
Foggy
He's gonna be back for only 170 gold.
Foggy needs to repair. Foggy needs to do something. Alchemist has no potions. Neither does the Keeper. There would be time to repair now, but he's not going for it. Tinker will be back soon. Mud Golem for Foggy. Maybe with a little more crowd control and a few more kills. But Happy, rock solid in game 3.
Yeah, looking absolutely scary.
There's no way this Lich dies. No way this Lich dies again.
He's dropping low. He's still dropping low. TP transferred. Is he forced to use it?
Ooh.
Yes, he is.
Okay, does surprise me.
And the DK didn't quite have the mana there. He was really close. Gets the mana potion now at home. Back at the shop.
Happy
56 supply now for Happy though.
But Foggy's at 60 as well, right? Yeah, kind of. And Happy is expanding. Oh, wait, didn't he build an Acolyte? Did he cancel it? Am I missing something?
I don't see it.
Either I'm hallucinating, or there was an Acolyte in the Black Citadel. Guess he cancelled it then. And decides to push again.
Foggy got control of the shop, which was really important. He got double heal scroll and the invul. Big consumable advantage now for Foggy. And finally the supply is starting to get there. 64 supply. You really want to be above 60 with this style.
And the defense upgrades. 2-1 this time. But he didn't repair the tree. Uses all the wisps, I guess, for detonates. Alchemist in trouble. Invul potion is ready. No detonates here. Not triggering a Nova. Lich is completely empty. So is the Tinker. Playing with fire on this Alchemist, though. Yep. Lich is still a Gatling gun. Use the invul now. 7 seconds of being untouchable.
The detonates were absolutely key. Everything's dry here for Happy. Mana potion, a bit more coming in. Al cast a retreat.
It's rather predictable what Happy is doing now, right? Like, the heroes are not that scary. Especially, like, the Lich, of course, right-clicks like crazy, but there's no Nova out of nowhere. And I feel like the DK has to use the coils defensively to be able to compete. Still Happy getting kills. Foggy dropping down to 57.
Yep. Supply deficit now for the Night of Never what you want with this style. Alchemist is back. He's bringing in the damage with the Chemical Rage, Acid Bomb.
And Entangle as well. Fiend. Safe. There's another coil, and then that's it. Can Foggy stay long enough in this fight? Oh, heal scroll.
Nice heal scroll there by Foggy.
Glorious heal scroll.
Again, the wisps coming in for the detonate, hitting really well. Borrow is ready now as well for Happy, and there's no detection here for Foggy. Didn't think to bring the dust.
Lich in the middle of everything is blocked by his own pocket factory, but so is the Alchemist. Will they both die here? Is there a coil? Lich, if he dies, that's way bigger than the Alchemist. Double kill on the second heroes. And that's both damage dealers gone. That's more time for Foggy to mine and get back to 60. Lich immediately bought back. And he can't do the same with an Alchemist. He has 700 gold. He could go for it, but it's so risky. Keeper is trying.
He's trying to cut him off.
Yeah, and he's working... Like, he's doing this really well. Keeper baiting. He just can't get it back.
Town is under siege.
And that's more time for Happy to break this expansion. If this tree falls, Happy is back with a 2-1.
Even got the invul here to be safe so he can protect one of his heroes for 7 seconds. And it feels like we're at this point again.
Yeah.
Like, how many Dryads do you really need to kill these heroes?
Uses the TP on the tree, but doesn't repair in time. Oh no, that's the Expo gone. A couple more detonates, but the DK dodged all of them. Can he kill the Lich again? Not with this amount of coils. Dryads are falling one after the next. Alchemist is back, but no mana.
Once again, trying for the Lich, but not enough damage. GG by Foggy, and Happy will take the match point.
That was Foggy's map. That was Foggy's seemingly best map. That's what he wanted to play first. Next one then should be Amazonia. Happy one map away from a triple Ryzing Star Cup victory.
Sometimes it just seems like no matter how early you make the expo, it's just not fast enough.
Yeah.
You just don't have the numbers in time. Maybe depending on the map, Foggy should creep the natural first and then expand right on the spot, because it takes a long time for the tree to run over if he doesn't have Nature's Blessing. But he did it in game 1, so it's not impossible.
AZ, again a great keeper map. Is that enough though? Last map would be Last Refuge?
Yes. TM and Terranas vetoed out. So yes, LR would be our last one.
Alright, we're ready. 2 match points in a row for the strongest undead in the world. Does Foggy have a different idea? Does he have another approach? Or does he feel like this is the only way he can win? There was a lot of time for this expansion on Echo. And I guess you have to question yourself, is this working? And still the answer is yes, but only if Happy does mistakes. And it doesn't happen in map 2 and it doesn't happen in map 3. And that's 2 wins for the Russian.
Yeah, and I feel Foggy has to try again with this Keeper Expo style. I don't think he currently has the mechanics to take Happy on in a straight up 1 base versus 1 kind of game with a demon.
No, me neither. I would love to see a surprise now.
Yeah, Happy has in the past gone for a gamble in the early game, sending over the Ghoul, trying to cancel the Ancient of War, but Foggy not placing it super greedy, exposing it to that harass potential, but rather playing it safe, keeping it in the back, which seems to be Foggy's go-to in this series, playing it safe.
Keeper again. 4th time. Only an Acolyte moving across. Not a Ghoul, so no need for a second Necropolis.
Night Elves, of course, can make use of Lightning Shield. We have known that for years, but nowadays, it's probably actually more beneficial to undead because they can do extremely fast creeping with a DK and 2 ghouls only, whereas Night Elf creeping even without Lightning Shield with the Ancient of War is pretty fast. And I'm certainly expecting Happy to go for the Lightning Shield creep here early. Might be delaying his tech a little bit, but experience is extremely important, of course. So might be worth it.
Not going for Lightning Shield yet. There we go. And the Keeper pops out. Happy.
A player's forces
Pulls 2
are under
ghouls.
attack.
This is a Lightning Shield creep for him as well. Put the ghouls next to the DK. Throw a coil. Swoop. There's the Lightning Shield for you. Did Foggy deny anything?
Not
Nope.
yet.
And he won't. Same goes for Happy, who does this absolutely perfect.
Even damaging the next creep camp a little bit with a Lightning Shield.
Yeah. This min-maxing. Oh, Hunter's Hall.
A player's
Proxy.
forces are under attack.
And like a tree here then. He has the gold, not the lumber yet.
Okay, so Foggy felt the archers just are too easily killed. So he needs the Hunter's Hall, so it's 1 archer into Hunter's Hall into expansion. This will be delaying the tech by a lot.
Yeah. Expansion confirmed. For us, not for Happy yet. How fast will he see this? Or is he just assuming it at this point? Like Happy using the Force. Pretty passive so far.
Yep. Of course, on this map, AZ, the creep camp is way too hard to take for Night Elf early on to pop down the tree there, so has to go for a proxy. And it's pretty much very easy to predict in the mid game when that's going to be taking place. And a punish with a creep jack can always be coming in. Happy with the double intelligence items, found great
A town
items
is
early
under
on.
siege.
Oh, and finds a
Player's
fortune and
forces
snare as
are
well.
under attack.
Not going for it at the moment.
I need to reveal from the lab.
Yeah, because it's not his end snare. There we go.
Oh,
Entangle
nice
prevented for
entangle.
now, but long range coil skeleton running for the kill. Gets it. Not a great start with his archer loss. Hunt takes some time to produce.
A town is under siege. A player's forces
Have you
are
confirmed
under
the expansion and the hunt build, of course?
Downside of this Hunter's play is also that you are producing units for a really long time, so the Ancient of War can't move over to the next creep camp. Normally you'd like to creep in the middle at the kobolds. You can also do that with only treants, but it's a little bit more dangerous, especially when a DK swings by. Happy's experience now is looking pretty good. Finds himself ahead of the Keeper, which is the most he can hope for.
Especially on this map. Guaranteed level 3 keeper,
Player's forces are
usually
under attack.
constantly looking in the base,
Town is
like
under
what's up,
siege.
threatening Foggy a little bit.
This is a really big camp here for Foggy. If the DK had been here as well for the creep jack, for stealing some creeps, this would have been a tremendous play by Happy. But for once, Happy lets the opponent slip, and the Keeper does get level 3. It's a big level up for him. But the DK is getting the same level up, so it's not like Happy is getting nothing in return. These kobolds pretty easy to creep with a handful of ghouls and skeletons. And with that level 3, also we'll be finding another item. If this is a clause, this Lich's inventory is going to be super
I
stacked.
was about to say the same. Like every single game, he finds such great items for the Lich.
A player's forces are under attack.
And no ring. Okay, still okay. As there's a lot of hero focus constantly by Foggy, and having a ring of protection against acid bomb is never bad. And that's a creep jack. Oh, is that well timed by Happy?
Only skeletons, though. Foggy is bringing in some wisps. Oh, he doesn't have a wisp at the tavern, though. The alchemist is late. These are the split seconds that really matter.
Yeah. Send something now. Nutrient summoned. to make sure to take out the rock golem. This takes forever. PK is down to 50%. Lich comes in. Nova's gonna hit hard on the keeper. He wants him gone. Goes. Oh no, the Lich isn't getting it. He gets it, and the potion as well.
Oh.
Disaster for Foggy.
At least the keeper doesn't die.
Yeah,
oh, nice Shadow Melt. That was really fast.
Oh no.
And that is the Alchemist being late.
Yeah.
If he's there sooner, this should have been probably a safe camp. Somewhat safe, at least. And that big mana, that is such a swing-intensive item. Like, this is basically a 600 mana swing. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. In the hands of Happy, this potion of greater mana is worth even more.
Player's forces are under attack.
Having this timing down, being a little lucky that Foggy makes a mistake, then forcing another mistake by forcing a TP,
Is under siege.
and then, yeah, just a little lucky with the potion. And that's how an entire game is put on its head.
Foggy's only at 31 supply right now. He needs to start making units fast, and he does. Rides are on the way. Expo's fully mining. But Happy is almost ready to push. He's got the third Fiend out already. Fourth Fiend is coming in. And only thing now he has to wait for his Destroyer form. And then once again we go towards the expansion.
Linehorn of Stormwind though, is that the best item Foggy can find?
I think so.
Wow. Imagine us saying this a year ago. Like, seriously. I would have put you in the nut house if you say that with honesty to me. But it seems true at the moment. He wants to prevent the Tinker. Or at least force a fight away from this expansion. But no consumable this time. Happy gets the Tinker. Acid bomb on the ghouls, but oh boy, this Alchemist is surrounded immediately and is dead.
Foggy was not ready for this fight. 2 hunts, 2 dryads. That's not enough. GG!
The Rising Star back to back champion is Happy. Hawk couldn't defeat him in the finals. Johnny Cage and Foggy neither. It started off so well, this series, but as it oftentimes is, Happy takes his time, analyzes his opponent, and his opponents do mistakes. He doesn't. The momentum swing at like mid-game of NI was crazy.
Yeah, he's still extremely scary. I don't know. When is he ever gonna have a bad day, by the way? He's playing so many tournaments all the time.
Yeah. I think
And he wins them all.
BREC
seemingly.
against Fly and W League finals. That was his bad days for 2019.
So when he wins the W League Europe, that's his bad day?
He lost 4 maps in 2 series.
But he still took first place.
He still took first place, but not as convincingly as we're used to.
Yeah, I know. It looked really promising here at the beginning of the series for Foggy. It looked like he had the perfect build down, but like 1 or 2 things always went wrong. TP was forced, mana pot was lost, archers died, berserker died, misclick on the invul, 1 or 2 small ones, and then that's it. And that's Happy killing you.
That's true. You can't make these mistakes. Not against Happy. Not if you want to win the Rising Star Cup. Who's gonna be the 4th challenger next week? It's gonna be interesting. We haven't seen Thorzane yet. Spiral can play way better than today. Maybe it's Hitman again, who had a very promising game on Last Refuge. Happy shows weaknesses here and there, but not throughout an entire series yet. Will he win 4 times in a row? That's the storyline for the Rising Star Cup next week, as it is presented by Back to Warcraft and AMD. The 4th episode. You can already sign up at risingstar.backtowarcraft.com or backtowarcraft.com/risingstar. Looking forward to this a lot. It's going to be our last cast of the decade, but Remo, you'll be back the day after tomorrow.
Exactly. On Monday, we continue with the CC Master Cup qualifier. The next one coming in One day before Christmas. No reason to stop enjoying Warcraft. It's going to be a lot earlier than today because we're playing a Chinese tournament. And I hope all you guys will be tuning in with a bit of glühwein, with a bit of Christmas spirit.
Cookies. Self-made
And,
cookies.
Yeah. I'm going to be wearing a Santa suit. No, that's not true. That's not true. But if
we did that
one
once
should
for WGL. Like,
if one
GC.
should arrive by then. Oh, that's true. I have a Santa hat somewhere.
Yeah.
That's going to be a challenge to find, but I'm going to try. But yeah, Monday, we're going to be back.
Yeah, that was my last cast before Christmas. I'm driving home to Ostfriesland to visit my family for the first time this year. So I will be seeing you next Saturday for the last cast then. Until then, thank you so much for tuning in. 3,000 viewers while Grubby is on for this is amazing. Once again, 100 people signing up for this. More than 100 is absolutely amazing. Let's have the biggest number in the last edition of this cup next Saturday. Take your day off. It's between the years anyway. You have nothing else to do but get fat and play Warcraft. I want you to participate in that cup for us to make the numbers big and make AMD happy because they provide us with the resources to be able to host this cup. And hopefully in 2020 as well. Your participation helps. With that being said, thank you so much for the support. Thank you, Chickenwurst, for the 6-month resub. Go Foggy. That didn't really work out. But yeah. Have a Merry Christmas. Spend some time with your loved ones. Bye-bye.